Okay, so welcome to the first virtual York St John Study Abroad Fair. We're joined today by colleagues from University of Regina, so Connie and Daniel, and I'll hand over to them to do their presentation. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so welcome Hannah and Adina to our presentation session. This session will cover our inbound mobility program. We are the University of Regina Study Abroad and Global Mobility team. I'll start by introducing myself. My name is Connie and I work as an administrative assistant in the office. My main focus is on the inbound exchange student mobility program. I will pass it on to Daniel to introduce himself first.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the invitation. My name is Daniel Soto Lopez. I am a junior specialist at the Study Abroad and Global Mobility Office. I work with both inbound and outbound mobility programs, as well as international scholarship mobility programs. Thank you, Connie.
Thank you, Daniel. Let's begin our presentation. Here's the lovely picture of our city of Regina. And then we'll give you some facts about our city in the following page. Regina is the capital of Saskatchewan. As you can see from the right side of this slide, the map here is kind of like in the middle, the center part, but the southern part of the country. The Wascana Park in Regina, it is considered as one of the largest park in North America. It is even bigger than the combination of Stanley Park and the Central Park in New York. We are proud to say that the city is ranked as one of the top 3 cities in Canada for new Canadians to live. What I like about Regina is it have the very good mix of the cultural amenities of what the larger city offers with a more friendly and welcoming community feel of a smaller urban center. Over here, you will, if you have the chance to physically being here, you will experience a very distinct 4 seasons. Every season offer its exquisite scenery and have very different experiences across the year. Very interesting thing to point out, that's the temperature difference from the summer to the winter. Sometimes it's very significant. Say that last week is still like beautiful, sunny, and there's no snow, but today we are already completely covered in snow. Let's move on to the next slide. This is the picture of a beautiful campus. The building, the campus building is kind of surrounded by the center of the green field land there, where many of the student activities happening. Students get to hang out with other peers. And one fun fact is that the buildings kind of interconnected, so you don't have to get outside of the building to reach another one. It is a huge bonus, especially during the winter season as well. Okay. Just some quick facts about our university. So it is nested in the Wascana Park. Currently, we have 15,500 students enrolled. The international student accounts for around 16% of the total student body. And these are the following faculties that accept exchange students. We have arts, business administration, education, engineering and applied science, kinesiology, media, arts and performance, science, and social work. For the winter 2021 term, the semester dates runs from January 11 to April 30th. Just have that date in mind when you plan for your study. So why choose University of Regina? Just want to quickly elaborate what our strength is. One of our biggest strengths is our support system. We provide tailored, personalized service to enrolled students with their immigration, with their perspectives in immigration to help with their academics and the career needs. Of course, having the chance for them to connect with their peers and the rest of the campus. And we are always here to available to support our student. And the university is considered as one of the top 15 comprehensive universities in Canada. And not to mention, it has state-of-the-art facilities. The campus location is very convenient. The building is very modern and clean, always offer a very pleasant study environment for the students. But of course, you will get to discover more virtually with us as well. Last but not least, the university is a global community. Why I say that? Because the university is large enough to host students from over 90 countries, yet small enough to give you a more personalized and more focused academic experience. So that means you can have a better opportunity to connect with your professors in class. Besides from that, we have lots of student associations and clubs, activities you get the chance to involve in. So be sure to check it out. Okay, so these are the programs that our study abroad office offer currently. We have the undergraduate exchange program, which is the program that we emphasize on today with the inbound component. We offer visiting students. We have the visiting undergraduate or graduate research student program, as well as the international exchange work placement and research placement. But again, if you need further info in any of this program, please feel free to contact us. Okay, that's it for my presentation, and I will give the floor to Daniel to talk more about our virtual exchange program offerings. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you, Connie. Hello, everyone. Hello, Adina. Hello, Hannah. Thank you very much for participating in this fair today. I'm going to start talking about our virtual exchange program, but before I start talking about it, I will first like to thank you for your commitment to your education during this unique and challenging time. A lot has changed this year, and we are grateful to all of you for working with your university and with us through the transition to virtual mobility. We're grateful for your support and drive to continue improving your learning experience in this upcoming year. And one of the ways we and also our York St. John University have improved is to accommodate a cross-cultural international learning experience for our students and through the launch of these virtual mobility programs. So now, why exchange? Why virtual exchange? So these are some of the benefits we think this virtual exchange opportunity has. To start, we can talk about the equity. While only a small number of students are able to study abroad, virtual exchange enables any or all international students for intercultural experiences, to have an intercultural experience from home here at the UFR, right, through the classes. Also, this virtual exchange provides an opportunity for students to have a significant interaction with others who are different from them. And it also offers students global perspectives with their program of study, whether or not they spend time abroad. This also offers a component that gives the opportunity to network with new people outside of one's usual social media bubble, where people tend to interact with people like them, right? It also helps to develop skills that might lead to professional development in areas of content expertise, instructional design, learning theory, and information technologies. This gives an extra pro, I'd say, that it allows students to move beyond their electives or their specialized programs. And last but not least, the financial benefit, it's also worry-free because there are no admission fees, there is no visa, travel, or international experience, or any additional expenses usually related to traveling to another country. Right? So we wanted to put everything together, like how to, if you wanted to come, well, virtually come to the University of Regina, we decided to put everything in one single slide, so it's easy to follow, right? So everything starts by talking to your study abroad coordinator, who will review if you are eligible to participate in a virtual study abroad program. And after that, they will officially nominate you. We ask our partners to nominate students before November 6th, but if this deadline cannot be met, of course, we can accommodate the dates, right? After the official nomination has been sent, we're going to send an application, an online application form to the student, to the coordinator, which includes a step-by-step guide, which will the application process fairly easy. Once the student has applied and has submitted the application, of course, to us, it's time for the student to build their class schedule. For that, there is an online catalog that we're going to send a link to, where we ask students to choose between 3 to 5 classes. To be considered a full-time student at the UFR, you need to take at least 3 classes. We do not recommend to take more than 4. Usually 5 is a little too heavy. The workload is too heavy for 5 classes. Once the course catalog, once you have decided your courses, we will ask you to submit that course request list together with other 3 documents, which is the condition of placement, a copy of your transcript, and a copy of your passport before November 15. Again, if this deadline cannot be met, we can accommodate according to when this documentation can be submitted. Once these supporting documents have been sent to us, we're going to issue an acceptance letter to you. After we issue that acceptance letter, it's time for our academic advisors to register you in courses here. Now, we will let you know, we should let you know that all transcripts and course request lists are evaluated by our academic advisors here at the university to ensure that students have the academic background for the classes they have selected. For this reason, students might not register for classes until an academic advisor has been in contact with them. So our academic advisors are going to contact the students, and then the academic advisors are going to register them. So once the students are registered, then it's time to start the semester, right? So the semester starts on January 11, but before January 11, we're going to invite you to our virtual orientation session, where we're going to talk to you about all the resources virtually available at the UFR for you. Once that happened, right, then you begin your classes, you begin your studies, and then during the semester, we will have outgoing support to help the students make the overall experience of the program seem to require as little effort as possible from you, right, from the students, while obtaining the most reward from this academic experience. Then during the semester, of course, we will also have social activity events and networking activities, which include virtual guided tours of landmarks of the city of Regina, like the UFR campus, of course, the legislative building, the art galleries around the university, and also the Royal Canadian Mounted Police Depot, which here in Regina is the place that all the federal offices that we call RCMP are trained here in Regina, just in Regina trained. So that's a pretty cool visit. I'm actually looking forward for that one. We will also have we will also showcase some everyday life activities here in Regina, like grocery shopping, going through the mall, some Zoom conversation clubs that will include Canadian trivia or virtual board games, or maybe Google Maps scavenger hunts, for example. Well, now, continuing through the semester, when you are close to the end of the semester or almost finishing it, let's say, after you submit your final reports and finish your exams, we will issue a certificate of completion to you that we will send that digitally to you, and also we will send it by mail if you request it. And once you finish your classes, around 2 weeks after you finish your exams, that everything is completely done, we will issue the final transcripts to you. We were going to send them to the coordinator, and the coordinator will send that to the students, right? The semester ends on April 15, so by around the end of April, you should be receiving the final copy of the transcript. So this is how our virtual mobility program works. I hope the process is fairly straightforward to follow. And if you require any more detailed information or any more if we need us to elaborate a little more in any of these steps, please feel welcome to get in touch with us. And once again, on behalf of the University of Regina, we would like to thank you very much for this invitation and also for attending this opportunities fair. And please know that in the past, we have hosted many York St. John students, and we are looking forward to host you this time again. So thank you very much. So we move now to questions. I don't know if you have any questions for us about the study abroad program. I can see there are 2 chats. This is new for me. Oh,
Yeah, it was just Adina saying if it's okay to ask questions there, which of course it is. Thank you very much for those presentations. They were really interesting. The virtual mobility, because the students that are here today, it would be for them to study abroad in the academic year 21-22. Are you going to be continuing virtual mobilities, or is that to be decided yet?
So far, we're considering to continue it for what's spring summer semester here, which is from May to September. So yes, we will be offering.
Yeah.
After fall, it's still unclear. Of course, everything is changing very rapidly this time. So we believe if the courses are requested, most likely we will accommodate those requests. But I am still not sure how it's going to be done.
Yeah. And actually, Adina's asked if classes only will be online, but I mean what we're hoping for, I don't know if you're the same, is that by kind of like fall next year, September next year, that students will be able to carry out mobilities in person, and obviously be able to come to Canada and study there. So yeah, hopefully that's what we're aiming for. Is that the same for you, do you think? Is that what you're hoping to be able to offer by next year?
Yes, we are. Yes, we're gonna.
Yeah.
But as you probably think the same way now, probably times have changed a little, and most likely we're gonna be offering both programs, like basic programming or traditional mobility, as we call it, and virtual mobility. And there might be some kind of mix, because I understand many students sometimes want to do both at the same time. They want to do an exchange, but also take courses at their home institution, right? So why not? If the students want, we are here to support what the students want to improve their academic experience, right? So I think we are, yes, I mean, as you are the same as us, we're here to accommodate what the students ask or request from us.
Yeah, definitely. And I've seen a lot with virtual mobilities. It seems to be, a positive thing, really. If it is a barrier for a lot of students, as you say, then it's an option for them. Okay, so there's another question here. You don't have a passport at the moment from Romania. Hoping to get one after the second semester ends. Would that affect your application? In terms of our application side of it, we do ask for passport details. If you are sort of planning on doing that, I would say maybe by March time, April, something like that. We would need them by then. I'm not sure of the visa process for Canada, but I don't know whether the end of the second semester would be too late. That's normally around May for us. When do you normally advise that they apply for their student visas?
I think because the program is turning to be like virtual program. So one of the advantage that we mentioned before, like the student don't need to worry too much on the immigration side. So as far as I'm concerned, the student will not need a visa because they can just study with us from the comfort of their home, right? They don't actually need to do traveling here. But the reason why we request a copy of the passport, because we do need some kind of identification of the student. So it preferably is valid at the time of application.
Okay. And if the students are wanting to come in person, if it's allowed, by this time, would that be, how long does the visa process typically take if they're wanting to go down that traditional route?
I will have Daniels to answer this question. Sorry.
It's okay.
Well, the process, we used to have certain defined deadlines, right? But at these times, we are basically accommodating according to how the student, I mean, the need of the student, actually the deadlines of the student. You know what I mean? So if the student says that they can do it maybe 1 month after our deadline, If we can accommodate it of course we're going to do it, but we will review those requests as a case-by-case basis.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's really good to know. Thank you. I guess the thing to maybe bear in mind is, you know, there is a danger the longer you leave it of the processing times, isn't there, really, with visas? And obviously we've been able to book a flight, but yeah, it seems like it's fairly flexible, so that's good. Hopefully, Adina, hopefully that helps a little bit. Yeah, I mean, you would. I can see you've got a national ID card, but you would need obviously a full passport to go across to Canada in person.
At some point, the passport information is going to be required.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if there's any other questions. I think Hannah thanked us. But she didn't have any others to add. Is it hard to get accepted? We have, so for us, when you apply to us, our application opens on the 1st of December until the 10th of January. And you need to have 55% as an average mark for your first semester. And also you need to do a personal statement, which we can help you with. And we're going to record some videos about, you know, the best way to complete your application, and then probably have like a drop-in session or something. But it's not overly hard. I think as long as you're a good student, then you've got nothing to worry about. Yeah, we usually try and get everyone to their first choice. Some places are a little bit more tricky than others, but yeah, you know, the students that have applied to Regina in the past have been able to go, so that's really promising. It's just, you know, making sure you've got the correct grades and that you know, there's no major issues in terms of like attendance or anything like that. So yeah, as long as you're a conscientious student, I would say that's our kind of guidelines anyway. I don't know if it's different for Regina.
Yeah. And our end is we fully trust and believe the choice of your St. John's make. So you are all brilliant students. So don't worry too much about that.
That's great, thank you. Oh, and you're welcome, Adina. I don't know if you've got any other questions to ask at all. If not, can finish off the recording. If I can find my thing. That's great, thank you. Okay, so I'll cancel the recording. Not cancel, stop the recording now.